Christmas Eve is not ideal. Definitely trying to get back for Christmas Eve and spend the day tomorrow Christmas with family, so definitely not ideal situation.
Flights delayed at YVR, plus making the holidays a little more special. How the Salvation Army is serving up more than a good meal. And
he was very dedicated, compassionate.
mourning the loss of a trailblazer who paved the way for many South Asians in Canada.
You're watching Global BC. This is Global News at Noon.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. YVR has had another Christmas to forget, but this time it's not because of the weather. At one point last night, more than 50% of arriving flights were either delayed or canceled, including domestic and international flights. NAV Canada, which oversees YVR's air traffic controllers, tells Global News it was experiencing resource constraints due to unplanned absences. As a result, a temporary traffic management initiative was put in place. We spoke with one passenger who was stuck in Los Angeles trying to get back to Vancouver to be with his family for Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Eve. It's not ideal. Definitely trying to get back for Christmas Eve and spend the day tomorrow Christmas with family, so definitely not ideal situation. Frustrating, right? But it's the busiest day. It's Christmas Eve. A lot of people are taking time off or have time with family. You'd have hoped they would have foreseen this and planned around it, but it is what it is at this point.
Khalid's flight from Los Angeles left 2 hours after its scheduled departure time. YVR is asking travelers to continue to check their flight information and those needing assistance at the airport to speak to team members. Well, we already know it's not a white Christmas, but a wet one. The River Forecast Center has issued a high stream flow advisory for Vancouver Island, the Lower Mainland and South Coast areas, including Howe Sound. River levels are expected to peak Tuesday into Wednesday, with an atmospheric river bringing heavy rain starting today. Current forecasts expect flows to be highest for North and West Vancouver Island, the North Shore Mountains and Lower Fraser Valley. There's the potential for localized flooding in areas with poor drainage. All right, and it's already starting to rain in parts of the Lower Mainland, and our Mark Rodriguez here with the latest. Mark, how's it looking out there?
Well, the rain kicked in sort of early to mid-morning, especially for us. It's going to stick around through the afternoon and evening and be locally heavy, Emily, with the view outside showing that right now. So the rain is going to be dominant. The wind will pick up this evening here in Metro Vancouver from the southeast. Could have gusts to 60 kilometers an hour. More on that in a moment. But blustery up and down the outer coast all night and through this morning and early afternoon, and it'll continue. Very well-defined, intense storm that's crossing the BC coast. And again, the rain will continue for us. But I want to focus on the wind. These are the peak wind gusts in kilometers an hour, of course. Just outrageously high, not breaking records necessarily, but way up over 100 kilometers an hour for the peak gusts, and it's still way up in wind speeds up on the north coast, Haida Gwaii, over 150 kilometers an hour at this weather station. No one lives there, but off the northwest tip of Vancouver Island, and also gusty in the BC interior. So warnings continue for Haida Gwaii, north and central coast for those vicious winds, 120 kilometers an hour into this evening. The south coast, there is less wind, but still up around 80 km. The outer coast the same, and Victoria too, a wind warning 70 kilometers an hour. For us, we'll have gusty winds this evening to maybe 60 km in Metro Vancouver. That rain will be heavy at times, up to 50 millimeters near the mountains. So lots of action on this Christmas Day. Much more coming up for you. Emily?
All right, we'll check in a little later. Thanks so much, Mark.
It would take hours to tell, but every little piece on here has a story.
And when it gets dark and the lights turn on, that's when you see the real magic.
Even in the comment book, you know, little kids writing in their names and stuff, and you know how they love the lights, and they even went as far as to call us Grandma and Grandpa, which is pretty nice.
Making this labor of love over 2 decades worth it.
Just nothing but positive feedback, and it's great.
We love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Safia Pirani, Global News.
Right, there's still plenty of time to check out that holiday display. That is Global News at noon. For breaking news anytime, head to BC One. Thanks for joining us. Colleen Christie is here for the News Hour. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.